Alright, we're there. I've been talking shit for like 2 minutes right here. I hate when things in the background just get reset. NVIDIA broadcast, reset. SteelSeries app, resets. Can't hear anything. Can't say anything. Okay, we're back. We're back. You guys can hear me. As I start looking at OBS, my mic isn't moving, so here we go. We're here. Now I can talk my shit. We're gonna play Forza Horizon 6 today. We're gonna play Forza Horizon 6. Alright. And what was I saying? I was saying that you guys see the title. Don't switch up on Asha Sharma. I'm just gonna call her Asha, CEO of Xbox. Don't switch up on her. Don't do that. Despite the news that came out, yes, don't do that. Because we need to understand, like, she doesn't even deserve the backlash and all the smoke that some people are trying to forward her way. You guys have to understand, she inherited the situation that she's in right now. She inherited an Xbox that was losing money, bleeding cash. She's not the one who said, let's purchase Activision Blizzard. She's not the one who said, hey, let's buy Bethesda. She's not the one who said, hey, let's increase the cost of the Xbox 2 times in a year. Let's increase the cost of Game Pass and lose millions of subscribers, completely kill the hardware sales, and condition gamers via Game Pass to not buy games. She didn't do that. She's trying to turn the ship around and make sure that they stay the course by making money and being profitable. Because when they're operating with a profit margin of just 3%, 3%, that's not sustainable. And I'm the last person who wants to see people get laid off. I'm the last person who wants to see studios get closed down. I don't wish that. I don't want that for anybody. But when you're in the business of gaming and just a business in general, if you're not turning a profit, something's got to change. And if something doesn't change, then you're going to start losing money fast. So much so that ultimately you might get shut down. And like I said, we don't want that for anybody. We don't want people losing jobs, but she inherited a situation that the previous regime under Phil Spencer has put them in now. And he gets to walk away scot-free. He gets to walk away scot-free, retirement package, essentially a golden parachute, and have no accountability. Everybody's still friends with him. Everybody acts like it's still cool. But you have to look at those who are truly responsible for the situation that Xbox is in right now. You can't put the blame on Asha for having to make the changes, and she's been dropping the crumbs. She's been dropping the crumbs for a while now, saying, hey, you know, Xbox needs big changes. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully some of these studios can go independent instead of getting completely shut down, so they can continue to contribute to this hobby, this art that we love. But in the meantime, you know, there's gonna be some tough losses. There are going to be some tough losses in the meantime. So we'll see. We will see. In the meantime, I'm gonna be playing some Forza Horizon 6. Finally, got some more time to play this. I beat Spider-Man 2 recently. Sayros got the platinum in that. Beat Returnal earlier in the year. 007 First Light I beat. So I'm gonna play some Forza Horizon 6. I think later in the week I'm gonna get Pragmata. Play that, beat that, and then start Final Fantasy 16. That's the plan. In between, I might do some Destiny here and there. Play this game here and there. And that's about it. Until we get the rest of the year. I'm not updating my driver just to play this game. I've been having no issues playing with current drivers on this game. But yeah, a lot of people on social media are gonna start trying to switch up on her and make her seem like she's the issue. She's not the issue. She was never the issue, and she's diagnosing the symptoms of what's wrong with Xbox. So I think last time I was playing this, I turned off the music. Optimizing your PC. But you have to do something. You can't just stick with the status quo. Game Pass has been an utter failure of a service. Complete failure. They're losing millions of subs now. And I said it last year when they increased the cost of Game Pass to where it was before the price cut that Asha implemented. I said, yeah, that's not gonna last.
Welcome back, Mackenzie.
Am I getting a conference call? Oh, what am I gonna drive? Drive this one. It's been, what, like 2 weeks since I played this? Still got a lot to do in this game.
Okay, Mackenzie. I have set your route to the dirt race event. Yards. Turn right. Turn right.
You have these people that are just like, yeah, we're gonna just like shit on her. When it's like I said, she inherited this. All of the decision making that's led up to this point was made by other people that was in that position. So when Asha, the new CEO of Xbox, gets into that position and she's seeing the books and she's like, our console sales are being hemorrhaged, we're losing Game Pass subs, and we're still not recouping the money that we've spent on the Activision Blizzard deal and Bethesda. What else is she supposed to do? The best case scenario is these developers going independent and working out the deal to go independent. If they get shut down, that's very unfortunate. But at the same time, the cost of subsidizing game studios is very expensive because you have to pay employee salaries, you have to pay for the technology that they're using, R&D, all of this stuff. In games now, depending on the scale of your studio, it's very expensive to make because of all those factors. And when the studio is not turning they're not like turning a profit because they're not selling copies of a game. Hellblade 2 did not sell well. Let's be honest. Hellblade 2 did not sell well, and a lot of the other Ninja Theory games have been flops. Compulsion Games does not sell well. And you own those studios, so you have to continue to pay for the cost overrun of owning those studios. It's an expense. It's the operating expenses of being a large publisher. And she came out and said, She wants to focus more on. Oh, let me pull this up because she said it herself. Um, what was it? Asha, Sharma, Elder Scrolls. There was a quote she had recently where she's like, she wants to like drive the focus on like Elder Scrolls, Halo, and some other franchise. Oh yeah, here we go. This is it right here. This is why I tell people like you have to like know where the direction of Xbox is headed right now. So this is directly from her. She said it. She says a new report claimed that Xbox CEO Asha Sharma is speeding up development on new The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Halo games as Xbox considers restructuring or spinning off its gaming branch. So this was just yesterday, that this came out, right? Um, and these are titles that will sell, that will make money. They need more games that can make them more money. Forza Horizon 6 was a success, so that's good. Like Playground Games is going nowhere. A couple studios are going nowhere, but the much smaller studios that are taking longer to drop the games that are supposed to be heavy hitters and are not hitting the same are the games that are either going to get scrapped. Those are the games that are going to get scrapped, or the studios are going to get shut down. And it's unfortunate. You don't want to see that happen. I mean, and this isn't something that's just isolated to Xbox. Like we see this with other publishers. We see this with other console manufacturers as well. Like Sony's experiencing their own version of this with live service. They invested so much money into live service and it hasn't been panning out for them. They wasted so much money on Concord, and you look at Marathon. They were expecting Marathon to be a bigger hit than what it actually is. They canceled The Last of Us Factions. There was supposed to be a God of War live service game from Blue Point Games, and Blue Point Games gets shut down. So this is an industry-wide issue. But I told people like stuff like this was going to happen. I've had previous videos on my channel that explain there's a correction that's going to happen in gaming. All that money that was being spent on COVID was not sustainable. All that COVID money, because everybody was at home playing games, they thought that gaming revenues was going to continue to explode at the pace that they were back in 2020 and 2021. And it didn't. And then you had a lot of geopolitical and uncertainty happening as well, on top of the administration with their terror policy. You have a big component shortage with VRAM, DDR5. It's just a big memory shortage, and a lot of that memory is being funneled towards AI. And now they're feeling it. And I'm thinking more long term. In the short to medium term, there's going to be a lot more coming down the pipeline. But long term, I'm still optimistic about the gaming industry and where it's headed, because the content's here. There's a lot of content here, a lot of good content coming out, and a lot of good content that's been coming out. But like consolidation isn't good. And that's what Xbox is finding out. Like, they try to consolidate big publishers and big studios under their umbrella, and the cost associated with it is showing right now. I forgot who said it, but I think it was Blackball who said it. Like, Nintendo won the console war. I mean, even though the Switch 2 is not performing as well as the Switch 1 right now, like initially, I'll say like the first like 4 to 5 months of the Switch 2 coming out, it was selling really, really well. Now the sales are slowing down at a rapid pace, and the holiday season like showed that. Like, the first holiday season of the Nintendo Switch 1 versus the first holiday season of the Nintendo Switch 2, the Switch 1 demolished it. And it's not to say that the Switch 2 is a bad console, but it could be doing way more. But they have games. That's the biggest thing about Nintendo. Like, they have games. But even the Switch 2 is feeling good. Like, they have a price hike that's going to take into effect in September. And their margins on the Switch 2 is shrinking. That's why they have to do the price hike. And I made a video talking about that. So we have we can do a street race.
Okay, Mackenzie. I have set your route to the nearest street race.
I have done my fair share of drifting, excess fans.
First race
None of it
on,
in
got
purpose,
W.
mind you, mostly on those icy mornings around the Firth of Clyde. But see, there's people that excel at the art of losing
Got the
traction
W.
and sending their car sideways.
Look at that guy.
I saw some signs up for Drift Club Japan, did some research, and I'm tempted to join up, see if I can master the slide like a pro. Now here's a track.
400 yards. Turn left. Turn left. You've arrived at your destination.
I think all this happening exactly when Xbox content strategy is actually materializing. That's very ironic as well. Because they spent years operating under this narrative, which is a true narrative that they don't have games. The Xbox One generation was miserable for a lot of people. And now they're actually dropping more games. And they're in like big money trouble. One of the things I said very like jokingly a year ago, I was like, oh, you know, Xbox is a money laundering strategy for executives. I would not be surprised if it was, because there's no way Like, ain't no way. Oh no! I overdrifted that. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Drifted way too wide right there. I'm gonna slow down. Swinging. You know what I can't wait to see more of is that game Clutch from Maverick Games. Those are like the former game director of some older like Forza games. That game looks crazy. That game legitimately looks insane. I hope that they have like a beta test just to iron out some of the kinks to get the feedback. Just to get that user feedback. GG's. I like that Nissan handles really well. That Nissan handles really, really well. Okay, let's do another street race.
Okay, Mackenzie, I have set your route to the nearest street race. In 100 yards, turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
these corners a little bit better. That was disgusting. Go racing, go racing, go racing. Put this over here. Alright, let me... Actually, I can do another race real quick. That's more street racing. I'm gonna do the rallies
Okay,
recommended.
Mackenzie, I have set your route to the cross-country race event.
Impressive skills, but I did not get the name. It's very, very important that I find out because they handle the streets so well. I feel they could cut our road
Can't
time
just
in
crash it in.
half. I'm not sure the band would fit in their car, but we've got to weigh up the pros and cons. Up next, another awesome track.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
That's crazy because I just added a Poppy song to one of my playlists for the gym. Show off these laps. I still think like the craziest thing about this whole
400 yards.
Ninja Theory situation is the fact that they just announced a new game. They just announced a new game a week ago. And then it's, oh, we're gonna shut them down. If I work for Ninja Theory, and that's the first time I've ever heard about that after announcing the game, like the vibes are high, like yeah, I can't wait to get this game out. I'll be pissed off, man. I'll be like, yo, what? Like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Yo, I'll be sick. Like, yo, we've been working our ass off on this game that's gonna come out next year.
400 yards.
Talk about some, yo, I just found out from Twitter that getting shut down. Like, nah.
Turn left.
I'm like, yo,
400 yards.
where's the application
Turn
for?
left.
That's what you just pull up LinkedIn, pick up all the job application websites right away. Now I'm working for someone else. Everybody knows that's bullshit. Everybody knows that's some bullshit, but some people are gonna defend it. And I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, it's still crazy to think about. because it's not their fault. It's not their fault that Microsoft is in the position that they're in right now. And that's when you, as like a studio head and leadership, really have to have some serious conversations with your employees about, hey, we're gonna find a way out of this. They not. If I'm, if I'm studio leadership, you ain't shutting me down. You ain't doing that to me. Hell no. Not. I'm Ninja Theory, Compulsion. I'm leadership at any of those studios. I'm looking at Asha. I'm looking at Matt Booty. All of them. You're not doing me like Bluepoint. You're not doing me how PlayStation did Bluepoint. You're either gonna work out a deal so that we can go independent, like how Bungie did back in the day from Activision Blizzard when they used to be under them. You're either gonna work out a deal to be independent, or we go to court. Because if I'm the studio head, I'm not losing my job, and I'm damn sure not gonna make sure my devs lose their job. Nah, we'd rather go independent, get some venture capitalists and investors to fund our games, call it a day. Fuck all that. Hell no. I'm not going out like that. That's just me. I'm not shutting my shit down. It's one thing. It's one thing to cancel a game. See, it's one thing to cancel a game. Like, all right, damn, like we were working our ass off. We were working our asses off for months, if years, on this game. Got canceled. All right, but you're gonna cancel our game and shut us down? Nah, we ain't going out like that. Fuck out of here.
You have arrived at your destination.
Fuel your drive with high octane.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna have to have a serious conversation. I'd be like, yo, Asha, Matt Booty, yo, Phil, come back in the room. Get Phil in the room. Like, get Phil in the room. We all have to have a serious talk. Like, yeah, we all gotta have a conversation. We ain't going out like that. We just announced the game at the game showcase. We showed out. Oh. I'm like, you're awesome. You better sign this release. You better sign this release. So we go independent. Oh, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna be like Suge Knight in there. You gotta sign this paper. You gotta sign this paper. There ain't no way I'm getting shut down. There ain't no way I'm canceling my game. After working on it for how long? And I was at, yo, that has to be the worst. Man. So you better move this pedal. There's gonna be some furniture. You're not doing that. She said it. She said, "Yo, we need that. We need Elder Scrolls. We need Halo, Fallout. We need all those games. We gotta make some money." Fable's gonna do well. I think Fable's gonna do really well. We don't know what's going on with Blade. Blade probably gonna get canceled. That's a damn shame. GG.
Okay, Mackenzie, what do you want to do?
More dirt racing. I've been doing some street races already. I think I might do this one.
Okay, Mackenzie, I have set your route to the cross-country race event. In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
That's what I say. Certain type of people, you can't have me in those meetings. Cause I'll let it be known. Like, hey, and under no circumstances are we getting shut down as a studio. Those circumstances are we getting shut down as a studio. So you know what we're gonna do? Gonna work out the deal to go independent, because I'm not losing my job and my employees aren't losing their job. Simple as that. And that's what we gotta do. And we're gonna continue to make games because that's what we like to do. And we know that we can find our own road to profitability.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Now, when they, let's say Ninja Theory goes independent, right? Ninja Theory goes independent.
Turn right.
Ninja Theory goes independent. They're not going to be operating with the same budgets that they were used to operating at the Microsoft. That has to be known. Like, the expectation has to be there. Like, okay, now that we're indie, the projects that we're working on has to be one that's going to penetrate the market, but also it's not going to be at the AAA scale that we're used to. They're going to have to be smaller, more contained experiences, which they don't make super lengthy games.
Arrived at your destination.
But they're definitely going to have to be more budget conscious, because they're not going to be able to they have to be more budget conscious. They're not going to be able to make the same type of experiences initially, because now the onus is going to be on, yeah, you have to sell copies if you're independent. You have to turn a profit, or at least break even. if you're not breaking even on your games and your indie, there's even a greater likelihood that your studio shutting down your indie and not being able to do that. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. Damn, I went way too far on that one. There we go. Ooh. Oh, they could flip this game for sure. Oh, bro. We're driving through somebody's backyard. Fucking truck went no traction right there towards the end. That shit was insane. I was sliding. I can't lie. I was sliding right there at the end. That shit was getting no traction at all. Here, give me 1 second. I gotta put my clothes in the freaking dryer.
And there.
BRB.
Cute, huh? Looks like the region mascots.
Alright, I'm back. I have to throw my clothes in the dryer and then run to the restroom real quick. Hold on. Hold on. I got an achievement just now. A lot more achievements to get in this game too.
These are the new barn find rumors you've picked up. Oh, check out this quaint little place down in the fishing village.
450K. I ain't buying no cribs in this game for a minute. I got other shit to do. Let's have 450K. Some dirt racing.
Okay, Mackenzie, I have set your route to the dirt race event.
Hold on. Hold on. He said, how could Asha betray us like that? How could she betray us? Yo, what's good, John?
Turn left.
They said, how could she betray us like that?
200 yards. Turn left.
I'm like, she's a corporate executive. What do you expect? Plus, she's not really betraying anybody because she inherited this situation. She inherited this. She didn't create the situation that Xbox is in. She got in at the worst time possible when their profit margin's only 3%.
200 yards.
That they have to increase their profit margin. They have no choice. Well, I said this already. If I'm Ninja Theory or any of the other two studios, Compulsion Games and the other one, I'm like, man, I'm not getting shut down. If I'm the head of the studio, I'm not getting shut down. We either gotta work out a deal to make me independent, because I'm not getting shut down and I'm not losing my job. It's just as simple as that. But what you been up to, John? I'm over here chilling on this Forza. Oh, who that? This motherfucker out.
Turn right. Turn right.
He said, "Vroom."
Yards. Turn right.
Make some marathon of Destiny. I was playing Destiny yesterday. I got a lot to catch up on that game right now. A lot to do to catch up on that game. I've missed like 3 expansions on that game, so. But Marathon, I'm putting down Marathon for a bit. There's just like other games I gotta play right now too. Like I'm on this. I'm gonna get Prog Mod at the end of the week so I can play that, beat that, and then I'm gonna start Final Fantasy 16. I've just been on more on like a single player grind recently. But I'll be mixing this some Destiny 2 here and there. Yeah. I don't know. I've been telling them for a while now to get a mod inside there, but I don't know. I gotta get him inside the voice chat, like inside VC, and talk to him about that. Because every time we tag him or any of the other mods inside there, nobody responds. So I gotta actually get him in the VC and let him know about that. But the current mods don't do anything inside that server, which is crazy. Like they can add like a verification method, like how other Discord servers have, then that would be good. But they don't have that. I don't think Bond takes the Discord that serious either. Because if you notice lately, he hasn't been in there. Like, he hasn't been in VC like he was before. So it is what it is. Well, we'll figure something out. This AI needs to get out of my way. God damn. Yeah, if anything, I'll see if like I can get one of the mods inside VC and let them know about that. Because a couple of us have been tagging them for a while now. Like, hey, these like phishing accounts have been joining the server easily, and nobody's been policing it as quickly as they should be. So good with that. So I take first. But yeah, there's a lot happening in the gaming world right now that this shit's hilarious. I won't be surprised if Bond goes live pretty soon or drops a video pretty soon about this whole Xbox shit, because I know I'm gonna make a video about that. It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, even when Bungie was under Activision, they were able to get out from under Activision and go independent. That would be my main prerogative. Like, you're not gonna do me like how PlayStation did Bluepoint Studios. That's my mentality. Like, you're not gonna shut me down. Like, if I'm Ninja Theory or anybody at leadership at Ninja Theory, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we're working out a deal to get out of Xbox. We're not shutting down. And like the Bungie situation was under different conditions. Like Bungie wasn't in a bad situation when they left Activision Blizzard. Just the relationship soured between the publisher and the studio. So Bungie went to go independent, which is fine. But if I just announced the game during your big showcase a week ago, and now there's news that came out yesterday that me and 2 other studios are gonna get shut down, I'm not having that. Like, I'm not having that at all. I'm not having that. I've said this. You can't have me as in leadership in any of these gaming companies, because I'll be telling them how it is.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Far away is this? 7 miles. Yeah, it's gonna fast travel. That is insane.
This is Simon Neal on Horizon XS, keeping heads
Arrived at your
banging.
destination.
Live and loud from Horizon Japan.
You're gonna have to
This is Simon Neal
have a
here on
real
Horizon XS.
conversation
Have you ever been touring and you pack all your equipment carefully in the bus, only for it to not arrive in time for the
with
next show? And you
Xbox executives
on your
about
hands?
the future of the studio? Because like I said, it's a double-edged sword for Xbox, right? The narrative I haven't done a drag race yet on this game. The narrative around Xbox for the longest time after the Xbox 360 generation was they have no games. So what do? They spend a bunch of money acquiring studios so that they can have more content to put out. But especially for Game Pass, because Game Pass needs content for it to grow. Aside from like Game Pass needing to grow, they can't sell consoles. Nobody's buying an Xbox. So when you're not buying an Xbox, you can't attach Game Pass to the Xbox because you're not selling the volume of Xbox is needed to grow your service. And everybody that was talking about how hardware doesn't matter and selling consoles doesn't matter, they have no clue what the fuck they're talking about. Like, let's be real. You need to sell hardware so that you can attach games and you can attach services and you can have people spending money on your platform. For years, Xbox trying to rebrand themselves as the platform that's everywhere didn't make sense because PC gamers are not going to make up the difference in Game Pass subs when you can't sell consoles, nor are they spending the money on your content at the rate that you need to sustain your platform because you spent north of $80 billion on studio and publisher acquisitions. And then the operating expenses that comes with owning all of these studios and a major publisher under your umbrella is expensive as well. It's like a big company, Microsoft being the parent company, everybody knows they have different divisions under Microsoft. And if those divisions are not profitable, they get sold off. Sony's been doing this since when? The 2000s. And most recently, Sony sold off their television division to TCL because it's not making them enough money. It's a very simple thing that people don't seem to understand, but then they want to make an excuse for it. And then you know what was the biggest thing for the longest time from these people? It was, oh, Game Pass is profitable. What? You had these shills that try to tell you that Game Pass was profitable. When just last year, I believe Satya Nadella, I have a video of him saying this. I have a video and a timestamp in the video of him saying this on their earnings report from last year, from last summer, when he said that Game Pass hit $4 billion in total revenue for the first time ever. $4 billion. Okay. So Game Pass hit $4 billion in total revenue for the first time in 2025. It was either 4 or 5 billion. I'm gonna give them 5 billion. Let's say 5 billion, just round it up. Xbox Game Pass hit 5 billion in revenue for the first time in 2025. You spent $7 billion on Bethesda, $69 billion on Activision Blizzard. Pack it up. Pack it up. Let me restart this. Pack it up. Pack it up. You see, these people don't understand the difference between revenue and profit. They don't understand operating expenses, operating profit. Asha Sharma just came out and said that they're operating at a 3% profit margin. 3%! 3% is not good. Are we gonna win? Are we gonna win? A millisecond, goddamn. I personally, I like Game Pass, but we have to be real about what Game Pass is. Game Pass is an over glorified rental.
I never thought I'd say
It's
that.
a rental service.
Anyway, you complete the
That's what it
showcase,
is. It's a
and that
rental
next
service.
wristband is yours.
Anybody that tries to tell you different is not being truthful whatsoever. It's an over-glorified rental service. That's all it is. And it was just recently announced that after the price hike that they gave Game Pass last year, they were losing millions of subscribers. So I believe the last reported number of Game Pass subs that they announced was like around 35 to 36 million active Game Pass subscribers. This is last year. They increased the cost of Game Pass and lost millions of subs. Not only to mention that there's a lot of churn. So if people don't understand what the term churn means, we use this a lot in the wireless world, right? Churn means that when you have a particular service that you're providing, let's take, for example, the cell phone carriers, right? Churn is people who are moving from carrier to carrier to carrier frequently. So you're not having, like, obviously you want to have a long-term customer base so that you can continue to bill them and get revenue off of billing them for a particular service, that being cell phone service, right? In gaming, churn in the context of Game Pass is, yeah, you have 35 million subscribers in Game Pass, but how many of those subscribers are frequently or long-term customers who are continuing to subscribe month after month after month? So Game Pass has a lot of churn. There's people who are subbing, unsubbing, and a lot of people who are infrequent with their subscriptions. I'm an infrequent Game Pass user. I don't use Game Pass frequently. So I'm contributing to the churn that Game Pass is experiencing. Game Pass is very much a high churn service. CHURN, that's how you spell it, churn. It's a high churn service. It doesn't have a lot of retention. Yes, a lot of people prefer buying games. I prefer buying my games. There's the rare case where there's a game that's in Game Pass. I'm like, oh, I'll check it out in Game Pass. I'll sub it for a month or two. But for the most part, people like to buy their games. When you condition an entire base of gamers to not buy games, this is where you're at. On top of the fact that your flagship service in Game Pass is not growing at the rate that it needs to grow.
Turn right. In 200 yards, turn right.
Your console isn't selling, your service isn't growing at the rate that it needs to grow to be sustainable and profitable. And it's very expensive to maintain these studios. They're very expensive. Let me do this real quick. I gotta lower this because this game is actually like pretty freaking loud on my headphones. Yeah, a lot of people do not commit to using Game Pass in the long term, and I think one of the worst things that they've done was not including an annual option for Game Pass. If they would have included an annual option for Game Pass, I think that would have helped to keep people committed in the long term to that service. Because people get like PlayStation Plus, they pay for it for the year and forget about it. And that's what keeps retention for the long term. On top of the fact that because they're buying PS5s, there's like 100 million PlayStation 5s in the wild right now. The likelihood of people subscribing to PlayStation Plus is actually pretty high. So the attach rate is good. Similar thing with the Nintendo Switch. Because they're improving the online experience on the Nintendo Switch 2, the likelihood of people buying Nintendo online is higher when there's an incentive to do so. One, there's no incentive to buy an Xbox. Two, there's no incentive for somebody to stay sub to Game Pass in the long term.
Metal. Quite impressive, isn't it? Go get him.
Chaser Zero engaging systems.
Oh, man.
Actuators set. Flight systems online. Power level optimal. Chaser Zero. Initialization complete.
I'm about to race a Mecca. God damn. Woo!
Analyzing velocity. Victory forecast at 80%. Combining fuel sources.
Oh my god. Oh! Nah, we gotta rewind that. Sorry. My shit spun so hard right there. This shit has no off-road traction whatsoever. There we go. Say, don't crash through the bridge now.
Executing splashdown. Purging excess water from intake vents. Experimental power systems activated.
You know another thing that I'm thinking about with Game Pass
Caution advised.
is that it's not just like the long-term sustainability of Game Pass. We all know that in the long term it's not going to be the most sustainable thing in the world. A lot of people have highlighted that. But my thing is, what's going to happen when Microsoft realizes that and Xbox realizes that and they say, hey, what's gonna happen when they realize and say, hey, like, something has to change? Like, what are they gonna do? Because all these people have not been buying these games, and they're so used to playing these games through this service, especially the first-party games, that, let's say there's a hypothetical world where Xbox says, hey, like, we have to depreciate the service. We can't continue to operate the service the way it is right now. Like, we've already seen like an early version of this with taking Call of Duty out of Game Pass because they need Call of Duty to sell copies. They lost $300 million on Black Ops 6 because it was in Game Pass. And like similar figures of Black Ops 7 as well, because Black Ops 7 sold lesser. Like, it performed worse than Black Ops 6. So it lost even more money with Black Ops 7, which is why the decision to pull Call of Duty from Game Pass day one makes sense. Like, Call of Duty was supposed to be the game that's supposed to be making the money for Game Pass, but they've only lost money through Game Pass because of Call of Duty. Like, nobody says, hey, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about. Nobody said, hey, Call of Duty is going into Game Pass, so I have to get Game Pass. That was the entire pitch of buying Activision Blizzard. It's not only just like the other titles that Activision Blizzard owns and the other IPs that they own, but the main logic behind buying Activision Blizzard was, hey, if we can put Call of Duty day one into Game Pass, that's going to grow our service substantially, because the logic is, why would you spend $70 on Call of Duty when you can just get it through Game Pass? And they thought a bunch of people were going to subscribe to Game Pass because of that. But
Now,
that's not
your
the
next
case.
wristband waits behind this Horizon Rush event. It's a cold one. With that new wristband, you'll be driving faster, Class A cars. Perfect for these new events.
Jesus, there's so many events right now. Alright, there's a lot more shit for me to do in this game. But we'll get through it eventually. But it's just so ironic because when you point out all these things to some of these people, it's like they either try not to understand it or they're still just gonna show act like, oh, Xbox isn't a great spot, Xbox is the best, and continue to believe in something that's not even real. Just already did that. Oh, it's just a bunch more speed traps and stuff that they added on top of other events. So I got this. Yeah, I can just do more of those events.
チェイサーゼロショーケースを実現させてくれたみんな、本当にありがとう。ホライズンのクルー。
They thought, oh, PC gamers are gonna love all this. Like, it's like two type of PC gamers. There's PC gamers who are going to buy and own their games for the most part, whether it's Steam, GOG, whatever other launchers on the PC. And PC gamers love sales. We love that Steam sale. Steam sales, G2A, wherever we can get a Steam key from. We love that stuff.
Turn right.
But also, you have like a really decent percentage of like PC gamers that like to pirate shit. I don't like those guys. I don't pirate video games. No, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap like I don't have an entire hard drive full of pirated movies. I pirate movies, but I don't pirate video games. I games, and sometimes I'll play the occasional video game through Game Pass. Sometimes I'll do that, but I do not pirate video games. I cannot do it. So, if you guys see this folder right here. I'm building a collection, but it's not just here either. I'm building quite the collection of movies. You got me. You got me. I was gonna be like Transformers 1. The motherfuckers broke into this house. Hold up. The FBI. Hold up. I gotta show you the scene. You go to someone's house. You got all that footage.
Special Ops got a thermal snapshot of whatever hit the base in Qatar.
I want to see it.
Well, the imager was damaged, sir.
The Rangers are en route with the imager, but we also signal. Roof, where did you say you got this?
Where'd you get this? Where'd you get all these movies from? Jay, where did you get all these movies from?
Looks like there's a message embedded in the signal. Let me work my magic.
Man.
Those video games again.
Chill. You got me.
I'm just a cousin. I'm just a cousin. Get off my grandmama's carpet. She don't like nobody else.
Oh shit. You said why just movies? Why movies but not games? Well, I love first of all, I love movies. Like you see all these movies right here on like both my on my PC on my external hard drive. First of all, look at the external hard drive. I got some recordings off you know, my Android phone on here when I gotta edit videos. I got some Ghost of Tsushima footage from some old live streams on here. But then I got the movies. I got the movies. Lots of movies here. And then I also got some more movies here too. I just recently downloaded Tron Legacy and Tron Ares. I've never seen Tron. Never seen either one of these movies. So I'm like, let me give it a chance. So you asked me why movies not games. Well, one, movies I go to the movies frequently. I go to the movie theater frequently. So if it's something I really want to see, I go to the movie theaters and I go there and I support the director by buying tickets. Now after the fact, because I seen a lot of movies this year. After the fact, I don't care. I don't care. I'ma pirate that shit and download it and have it. Video games, I wouldn't pirate video games because I also want to support the devs. Like me buying the game is the main way I can support the developer. When it comes to movies, I go to the movie theater, I buy the ticket, I show up like first week, and I support the director by showing up in the box office because that's what they really get judged off of when it comes to directors, when it comes to actors, even the studios, the movie studios and the producers is the box office. Perfect example of this is Obsession. I seen Obsession day 3 was out. That had to have been the best movie going experience I had this year so far. I seen what Mandalorian and Grogu this year. What else did I see? I seen a couple of other movies this year where I was like these were okay movies that I seen, but Obsession was like number one for me. Oh yeah, I seen Scream 7. That movie was trash. Scream 7 was ass. Mandalorian and Grogu was mid. I gotta go on my Cinemark art app real quick and pull up so you guys can see. Like I've been getting my points. Where is it at? My tickets. Is there supposed to have a tab in here that shows like what I've seen so far? Just know I be pirating movies. I got a lot of movies I've been pirating. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from pirating movies. Video games, I'm not gonna pirate. Can't do it. I think it's your rewards. No. Movie reward history. Yeah, here we go. Like, I've been watching a lot of shit this year. This is because my job is right there near the movie theaters. I seen Obsession, Mandalorian, Grogu, Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 wasn't bad. Mortal Kombat 2 wasn't bad. I fucked with Mortal Kombat 2. Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy. I have fun watching it. Scream 7 was ass, and then before that was Avatar Fire and Ash. That was good. I seen that Christmas Eve last year, so I'm not gonna lie. This year they've been cooking with the movies, but I'm on my Jack Sparrow shit when it comes to pirating movies. I've been on my Jack Sparrow when it comes to the movies. I'm gonna give y'all one more. I'm gonna give you guys one more look at my. You see, this is This is one of my drives right here. Oh, I watched all 3 Sonic films this year. I can't wait for Sonic 4. You know, I can't wait for Sonic 4. That's gonna be amazing. That comes out next year, I believe. And then this is my external drive right here. This is my external drive right here. These are the, because this my external drive is running out of space, as you can see. So now I have to get another drive so I can take these movies off of my C drive and throw it on another external so I can free up some space. But yeah, man, I got a good collection of movies that I'm amassing because I can't stand Netflix and Hulu and all these. I don't pay for streaming services. I'll be straight up with you. I'll pay for Game Pass before I pay for Netflix. That's where I'm at with it. I pay for Game Pass before I pay for Hulu or any other that bullshit. It's the worst. It's like as much shit as I talk about Game Pass and how it's not a sustainable business. Fuck Netflix. I'd rather pay for Game Pass and try to help Game Pass, you know, make money before Netflix and all them other streaming services. Because goddamn. Still series moment. Oh, these are some clips I got from years ago, but yeah, that's a little sneak peek into my movie collection, my digital movie collection that I've been making. Sonic 3 was, I like all of them. The Sonic 3 was really good. I like all 3 Sonic films. So I'll put it up on the 65-inch 4K screen, and I love all of them. 3 was great though. Two was the weakest, but I still like 2. See, all 3 Sonic films are good movies to me. They did a great job of nailing who Sonic is as a character. You know, Tails, the human characters aren't bad. It's like a good blend of comedy, action. I think what Sonic 3 did really well was like they really nailed the action in that one, which is what made it the best one out of all 3. But the adventure aspect of it, the performances by the characters, the humans weren't bad. Like, I liked it a lot. You ask me, I think that the Sonic movies are better than the Mario films. Because Super Mario Bros., the first one was good. Super Mario Galaxy wasn't that bad, but it could have had a better... it could have had better writing in that one. And I'm not expecting it to have like some insane levels of writing, but the plot could have been a bit better inside the Super Mario Galaxy film, but at face value, it's still good. Like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad at all. Even with like, I watched Mortal Kombat 2 in theaters. I fucked with it. I don't care what nobody tell me. I fucked with Mortal Kombat 2. I had a good time watching Mortal Kombat 2. I was there mainly for the hands, for fighting, so it was way better than the first one. The first Mortal Kombat that came out, what, 2021? That shit was trash. I'm sorry. That movie was ass. Mortal Kombat 2? I was hyped. They're supposed to be working on like a... I'm trying to think like what's the next big video game movie that they're working on. I know Zelda. They're working on the Zelda movie. They're working on Gears of War. What else they're working on? I don't know what else they're working on right now for video. Oh wait, you have the God of War TV show. That God of War TV show finna be some ass. That's gonna be some ass. I'm sorry. Nobody convinced me that the God of War TV show is gonna be good. Resident Evil. Resident Evil, you right. Resident Evil. The Resident Evil movie actually looks like it's gonna be heat. I can't lie. I cannot lie. The Resident Evil movie actually looks like it's something that's gonna be heat. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there to see the day one to see that. That looks like an actual horror movie. I said, oh yeah, we in for a treat with that one. I think it's the same director that made Weapons that's making the Resident Evil movie, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the same one because I seen the trailer. I seen the trailer for it recently when I was in the movie theater, and it said like, I think it was the same. Either the director or the producer of Weapons. And Weapons wasn't that bad. Weapons is it's a movie where you either really like it or you really don't. I really like Weapons. Also, I seen Barbarian because he made the Barbarian. I seen that as well. Barbarian wasn't bad either. I think they're getting better with adapting video games into media, like movies and TV shows. Like, they're getting better with it. But you need people who care about the source material. Like, the Witcher TV show fell off so bad because the showrunners didn't care about the source material whatsoever. And that show had so much potential because the first season was so good. I really liked the first season of The Witcher, and then it just progressively got worse. And I'm not really into like Witcher lore like that and stuff like that, but when I was like, why is season 3 and season 4 so bad? And I did the research, I was like, oh, they really deviated from what the source material is. I gotta go grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Give me like a minute. Alright, I'm back. You said it fell apart yeah, when Henry Cavill left, that's when I said, yeah, I'm done. I'm not watching this shit no more. Cause the latest season that came out last year, I didn't watch it. I said, yeah, I'm not watching this. Henry Cavill is like a big Witcher fan, and when he leaves the project, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this bullshit.
Okay, Mackenzie, I have set your route to the road race event.
I I gotta play the that Kid Smooth song, Halo, Gears, and Forza. That's the song I gotta play. I gotta play that Halo, Gears, and Forza. Halo, Gears, and Forza. He made that song 8 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, best spot. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. If you don't like the games, get the fuck out of gaming. I got my Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza.
Oh my god.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of gaming. Got my Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza.
Hey man, no matter what. Hey, at least Kid Smooth. Hey, Smooth, we got our Halo Gears and Forza this year, man. 2026, man. 2026. Let's go. At least we got that.
Yards. Turn right. Turn right.
At least we got that, man. Ooh. They just need a good laugh here and there. That dude Bond said, fuck all that, I'm gonna switch. Bomb folded. Bomb was one of the main people that was on Nintendo's ass about the Switch 2. The motherfucker folded. He folded like a lawn chair. I knew he was gonna get that shit too. It says Xenoblade Chronicles, they're all gonna an update for Switch 2, 60 FPS, increased texture quality, and then they're getting a new game. And then that goddamn Ocarina of Time, man. It's something about these old heads in the Ocarina of Time. You show them that. Got him back in. They got our boy back into the Nintendo ecosystem. Shout out to Black Bond though. He sold his Steam Deck to get the Switch 2. Ooh, no. You see, if I would do the same, well, not the same exact thing. Cause I wouldn't sell my Wild Isle. I'm not selling that shit. I would get a Switch 2 if Pokemon was good on it. These new Pokemon games have been ass. Because Pokemon's been ass, there's been no incentive for me to get a Switch 2. Legends EA is, that shit's horrendous.
The last known location, a little barn.
That's the main reason why I wouldn't get a Switch 2 right now, is because Pokemon's ass. Until Pokemon really like starts to turn up the way it needs to turn up, then I gotta let this cat out. Go ahead. I gotta buy a car? Oh man. Until Pokemon really starts to turn up in the way that it needs to turn up, then I'm not fucking with it. Don't get me wrong, the Nintendo Switch 2 do got some games. But I don't care about Mario Kart. I got Sonic Racing Crossroads. Sonic Racing Crossroads is fire. Pokemon's trash. What else? I don't play Xenoblade. Metroid Prime 4 looks decent. I'm like, I don't know. I might fold like a lawn chair too and say fuck it and cop it. But This is 55. This is 60. I might just buy the Cadillac, low key. How is this like a 1-star? Black on black is not a bad color. There we go. This is moving. Whoa, dude, this shit's moving even. Alright. Kiss Move said, yo, let's bring back Planet Xbox, and then the news came out. Kiss Move curse is real. The fucking cursed Xbox. This car drags a lot. Gotta be careful with how this car drags. So it shifts its weight in a crazy way. There we go. Everybody, they switching up on old girl, like, you can't switch up on Asha now when all these people they've been saying, like, oh, she's the savior. She's gonna save Xbox. Oh, she's gonna save Xbox one way or another. One way or another, she's gonna find a way. I'm not gonna be the one who's gonna. You see, it's like I said before. She inherited this situation. She did not create the situation that Xbox is in right now. She did not create this situation, so you can't really blame her. Like, people gotta have smoke for Phil Spencer more than anything else, low key. Like, Phil Spencer deserves a lot of criticism. And the issue is a lot of these guys, because they want to be buddy-buddy with these executives, they will never tell the truth about the Phil Spencer-led Xbox regime. They will never tell the truth. Because they're afraid to lose access. They're afraid to lose that access to Xbox. And get those interviews and get the free invites to the Xbox Game Showcase and these events. That's what they're really afraid of, is losing that access. Because the same people who had access to Phil Spencer now has access to Asha. And these people are, how would I say, like, we know they're shills. We know that they're corporate shills. But their credibility is shot. We know that they have no credibility whatsoever when it comes to talking about the real of what's happening in gaming. Not just Xbox, but in gaming, period. Because their bias leans so much towards Xbox, and it shows. But then also when it comes to like other companies, they're fence riders, and then they always contradict themselves as well. Oh, you know, exclusives don't matter. You know, everybody should have the same access to video games regardless of platform. They said that bullshit. And now that Asha is like, hey, some of our games need to be exclusive to Xbox, which I've been saying this as well. Many other people have been saying that, like, exclusive does matter for platform differentiation. You have to differentiate your platform some way, somehow. Now these same guys are like, yeah, this is great for Xbox. Gears being an Xbox exclusive, and all these other games are Xbox exclusives is great. But it's like, yo, just a year ago, you were praising them for putting Forza Horizon 5 on PS5. You said, oh, this is great for Xbox putting games on PlayStation because they make more money. You can't have it both ways. So I'm glad they're getting called out on the bullshit, because they're wave riders, they're fence riders, and they like the wind. They're like a leaf in the wind. They blow whatever direction the wind goes. Oh, this Cadillac is nice, I cannot lie. I'm glad I picked this car. Hey Phil, you gonna invite me to your next event? These guys aren't even like real media. They're not like media like journalists from these different publications. It's not like somebody from Game Informer or Kotaku is getting this level of access, right? It's just regular guys who are in this this hobby that we have that cater I don't know. It is what it is. I can't really knock their hustle like that. I can't really knock their hustle, but it's still annoying that like you see that shit and it's like, damn. The Cadillac was moving. That shit was moving. I'm gonna do like 2 more races and I'm gonna get off. Because I'm gonna make something to eat and then probably get on FF16 and play that. I feel like doing a food delivery. Drifting. I'm gonna just do this time attack.
Okay, Mackenzie. I have set your route to the nearest time attack.
Part in fun events like Eliminator, Hide and Seek, and Spec Racing. Take a car along and get involved. Let your hair down. Now, rock out to this.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 100 yards, turn sharp right.
Oh, just rerouted me? What the hell? Yo, what's going on with my map? Yeah, my map is all fucked up right now. That's crazy. Okay, let's just fast travel here.
You can hit a time attack in a convoy, by the way. We all get thrown into a leaderboard together to see who's the best, of course.
Shit, this is an off-road shit, so I don't even want to use this car. Where, yeah, Subaru WRX, let me get in that. points on it. Let's go. Yo, I'm just like, there's so much heat that's been coming out this year, like content-wise for video games, and there's still more to come. That despite all this bullshit that's happening with like studio closures and this executive says this, but then they do something else entirely, I'm still having a blast. Like, I'm still gonna play what I want to play and play shit that I like. 'Cause as long as the games keep coming out, I got no issue. That's all I really care about. Keep the games rolling.
Chaining your effects pedals is very much like chaining.
Got Marvel Token coming soon.
I
still gotta play Pragmata.
To get that magic sound. So here's a skill song to find your flow.
Wait about a second. I still got Pragmata. I gotta cop that, beat that. I beat Saros. I beat 007 First Light. I'm playing this. I played fucking Returnal earlier in the year. Like, I got stuff to play, and I still got games from the Steam Winter Sale that I gotta get through as well. So this summer is mainly gonna be me like clearing out some backlog items and doing that. That's pretty much it. And then later in the year, we still got like Wolverine, Marvel's Wolverine from PlayStation. We got GTA 6. That's the heavy hitter that everybody's waiting for. What else? I mean, there's a lot of stuff sandwiched in between September, October, because they're ducking GTA 6. So, oh, I still gotta get Lego Batman as well, but I'm gonna wait for a sale on that. I'm not paying full price for Lego Batman. All right. So we're in June right now. July. I don't care about college football. I don't care about Power World. I'm not playing Assassin's Creed. Halo comes out July. I'm playing that. Yup. I'm copping that day one. Halo day one. Halo campaign evolved day one. I'm playing that. Then in August you got Marvel Token. I'm debating whether I get that day one or not, because I haven't been into fighters a lot recently. So I don't know. Metal Gear Solid Collection. I don't know about that. Zero Company I'm not getting. I'm waiting for that pod racing, that Star Wars pod racing game. That's the one I really want to play. The September is packed. Blood of Dawnwalker, that looks fire. Marvel's Wolverine. Control Resonant has a release date. I haven't even played the first one. I own the first one, but I haven't touched it yet. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I haven't touched the demo of this yet. There is a demo. I haven't played that yet. Valor Mortis. That's still coming out this year? I don't know. That's crazy. Then we got October. Yeah, Galactic Racer. This one. This is the Star Wars game I want to play right here. Galactic Racer. We got Gears. Halo, Gears, and Forza. Just like our boy Kid Smooth said. Ace Combat. I never played Ace Combat. So I don't know how I feel. I gotta see more about that. Final Fantasy Resonance. Switch Sports Resort. Modern War. I thought MW4 was coming out in November. I don't care. I don't play Call of Duty no more anyway, so I don't give a shit. And yeah, still got a lot of shit coming out towards the end of the year, so I'm just gonna be clearing a lot of my backlog, honestly, in between then, and copping a couple new things here and there. And that's about it. I'm gonna drop a video pretty soon. Probably come out tomorrow. I don't know. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good one. Thank you guys for pulling up and chatting in here. Don't switch up on Asha Sharma. Leave her alone. She's a nice lady. She's cool. And yeah, peace.